The question is, draw the projections of a cube of side 50 mm when it rests on the ground on one of its corners and a face containing that corner is inclined at 30 degree to the ground and perpendicular to VP. Now consider the three-dimensional geometry of this problem. Here we are representing the vertical plane in blue color and the horizontal plane in green color. So this is the case of a cube of 50 mm side. So first of all we have to construct this cube having length 50 mm. This is the cube. Let the bottom corner, this corner represents point A, and the top corner, this one represents point B. Now in question it is given that the cube is resting on HP on one of its corner. So let us assume this cube is resting on the bottom corner A and it is inclined at 30 degree to the ground and perpendicular to VP. That means this is the condition of the cube. Now we have to tilt the cube with respect to the point A, and that point A makes an angle of 30 degree to the ground or the horizontal plane, and the face containing that corner is perpendicular to the vertical plane. Now we are going to tilt this cube with respect to the bottom corner A. Now this is the bottom corner A. So already we have tilted this cube at an angle 30 degree to the horizontal plane, and now you can see that this is the face, bottom face. That bottom face is perpendicular to the vertical plane. This is the vertical plane. So you can see the bottom face here. This is the bottom face. Now that bottom face is perpendicular to vertical plane. Now this three-dimensional geometry satisfy all the conditions. So first of all we have to consider a cube which is resting on HP. Now we have to tilt that cube in such a way that one of the bottom edge containing the bottom face makes an angle 30 degree to the ground and perpendicular to VP. So here this one represents the point A, the bottom corner. Now we are going to tilt the cube with respect to the bottom corner A. So now this is the condition in the bottom corner, and the face containing that corner, this face which makes an angle 30 degree to the ground or horizontal plane, and the face at the same time is perpendicular to VP. Now to get the front view, you have to observe the cube from the front side. Now mark all the corners in the vertical plane. These are the different corners, top and bottom corners. Now join all these corners. So this rectangle will give the front view at the initial condition when it is placed on the horizontal plane, and again when we are looking from top side we will get the top view in the horizontal plane. Now it will be a square like this having length 60 mm. So it will be on the horizontal plane. Now the second condition, we have to tilt the cube at an angle of 30 degree in such a way that the bottom corner makes that 30 degree with the horizontal plane and the face is perpendicular to VP. Now this is the condition. Again when we are looking from the front side, we have to project all that corners to the vertical plane. These are the corners, top corners, and now project the bottom corners, then join all these corners. You will get one rectangle on the vertical plane, and this black lines joined all the corners will give the front view after rotating an angle 30 degree. Again, for getting the top view, we have to look from the top side. This is the top. Again, join or project all the corners, top and bottom corners, to the ground plane or horizontal plane. Then join all these lines. These dotted lines represents the invisible edges of this cube. Now the visible corners, that is we are looking from top side, the outer edges are visible and it can be represented by dark lines. The invisible corners can be represented by dotted lines. So now this one is the top view corresponding to the tilted position in horizontal plane. Now we have to construct this three-dimensional geometry into the 2D plane. For that, again, first of all we have to draw the XY line, which is the intersection of vertical plane and HP horizontal plane. It is represented by XY line. Now the plane above this XY line will be vertical plane and below the plane will be horizontal plane HP. Now first of all we have to draw the initial position. Here the cube is resting in the horizontal plane. Now mark the corners at a distance 60 mm. Then join all that corners. So this one will be the top view corresponding to first position. Then draw the projections to the XY line, perpendicular to the XY line, can be represented by dotted lines. Then mark the distance 60 mm because this one is a cube, so the height of the cube will be also equal to the side length 60 mm. Then mark the corresponding corners projections. So here the bottom corner represents A dash and the top corner represents B dash. Then join all these corners, we will get one rectangle, and this rectangle will give the front view corresponding to the initial position. Now we are going to rotate the cube with respect to the bottom corner A in such a way that that face contained in the corner will make an angle 30 degree with the ground or horizontal plane, and this face is perpendicular to the vertical plane. Now this is the condition. So the point A dash will be in the XY line because, as we mentioned earlier, the cube is resting on horizontal plane. Now mark an angle 30 degree, then extend this line, measure the distance A dash and corresponding to this point, then mark the distance here. Again corresponding to this angle of tilt, mark the distance, measure the distance A dash, B dash, mark the point perpendicular to this line, mark the point B dash, then again join the points A dash, B dash, mark all the corresponding corners by measuring all these dimensions, then join all the corners, and this one will be the front view corresponding to 30 degree angle of tilt. Then for getting the top view of this final position, we have to project all these corners into the bottom direction perpendicular to XY line, can be represented by dotted lines. Then again, for getting the top view, we have to extend the initial position, the corners, top and bottom corners of the initial position in the rightward direction. Then mark all the corresponding joining points and join all that corners. Here the outer corners or the outer edges will be visible, it can be represented by dark lines, and the invisible corners, invisible edges can be represented by dotted lines. So complete this figure, join all these corners, and this one will be the top view of the square, top view of the cube.